Well, thank you for joining us again for another edition of the Critics Corner. I'm Andrew Branca, reporter with the Waxahachie Sun and lover of film, and I'm here with Chris Bennett.
Thanks for having me. I really appreciate this. This is great.
Oh, no, I appreciate you being here. Chris is going to be joining me on a regular basis here in the corner to discuss film and our thoughts on what's in theaters. So let's get at it.
Sounds good to me.
Excellent. The film we're talking about today is
Cold Pursuit with Liam Neeson.
Your thoughts?
First thought is I thoroughly enjoyed it, and I will tell you why. I'm a huge fan of dark comedy, and this movie nailed it, and swung big and hit it out of the park.
I would definitely agree with that. And in most instances, except for the fact you don't need to bring a 7-year-old to a dark comedy.
This is very, very true.
Well, we had a 7-year-old behind us during this film, so parents, please leave your kids at home.
When he gets to the kiddo is having to ask what's that with, shall we say, random body parts throughout the film.
And a particular item in a box.
Exactly.
Yeah.
On multiple occasions.
Not kid-friendly at all.
No.
Lego Movie, absolutely kid-friendly. Go see that one.
Yeah, at least whenever there's severed body parts in a Lego movie, it's just little plastic parts. So.
Exactly. No gore, violence, or anything like that. But I would say this film really has a lot of overtones of Quentin Tarantino.
Absolutely.
Kind of shares a lot of elements with that. You know, the interesting thing about Liam Neeson, and he definitely is expanding his acting chops here, is you've seen him in the more serious roles in the early part of his career with, like, Schindler's List.
Exactly.
Then you've seen him kind of transition over to this action type of guy with, like, Taken and Taken 2 and Taken 3.
The Dark Knight.
Dark Knight, yeah.
Actually, it was Batman Begins and The Dark Knight.
Yeah.
There are very few actors that I feel that can get away with doing leading action roles as they get older. And I'll be honest, it kind of annoys me when you have an actor that's known for doing action that ends up in their 60s and still doing, kicks over their head. Liam Neeson seems ageless, and I feel like he would be the exception to the rule when it comes to being able to completely own action films and make it believable. And the great thing about this film, though, is that, yes, there was some action in it, but he plays kind of a bumbling, everyday Joe who ends up getting caught up in kind of a drug deal, a drug business. Then I don't want to give away spoilers, but he thinks that some of his family members end up being around these drug cartels.
It's kind of like the Fugitive, but with drugs.
Exactly.
Kind of like that. I mean, that's kind of a good way to put it. And Liam, and I would also say, while he wasn't in this movie, Denzel Washington has that kind of ageless quality to him.
Yeah, absolutely. Mel Gibson, I think, kind of has that going on as well.
Yeah.
So, I know he's controversial, but one of the highlights, I think, among many with the film Cold Pursuit was Emmy Rossum had a supporting role. And
she was very good.
She's fantastic. She might know her from Shameless from Showtime, but it was interesting seeing her in this role. She plays a cop who's trying to kind of figure out all the aftermath and the carnage that's left behind.
Well, she's not being really believed, and she kind of plays that role off very well, and as this kind of, this is really what's happening, kind of raging against the darkness that's coming to her town.
Yeah, it's a small town. I kind of picked up some elements of Fargo as well. I picked up a lot of undertones from Fargo. She kind of reminded me of the Frances McDormand role in the movie Fargo.
Yeah, I would agree with that, and definitely with the being in like sub-zero temperatures also helps.
Exactly. Yeah, a small town where murder never occurs.
I will say Hollywood has over the year provided kind of a unique way to kill people, but killing people with a snowplow, that's a first for me.
Yeah, definitely. With the wood chipper in Fargo, kind of.
That's true. That's another new one. Yeah.
But do you feel like that there were any bad points to the film?
I
complaints?
thought in watching the trailer, I was going to get something else a little bit. I thought that was maybe a little misleading.
So you didn't think it was going to be as much of a dark comedy?
I thought it was more going to be on the lines of like, well, this is another Taken film.
Right, and it is not. For me, I feel like maybe it was somewhat anticlimactic, but that's okay because, again, with the tone of the film, very dry, and had a little bit of build up at the beginning just to get everybody in their roles, and then kind of flatline from there. And again, not necessarily in a bad way, but I don't feel like the film really kept building up to a crescendo, and I don't think that was the intent either. So.